At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. M.G. Srikumar, Conference Director, and also Dr. Santanu Gangoli, Session Chair. And also I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Professor Kunnur, President LIS Academy, for giving me a chance to present my paper in this conference, LISACON 2020, Conference of Difference. I sincerely thank them, and I will be presenting my paper on usage data-driven collection development practices at VTU e-Resource Consortium. And this paper is co-authored with Dr. K.R. Mulla, librarian. I'm going to present the resource renewal practices, what kind of data we use to renew resources every year. So if you look at a library, we find three major components in any libraries. That is one, collection, which we library professional going to acquire, process it, and organize and archive those collections. And this collection is delivered to end user, library patrons, through various means of services, maybe online or offline services. So with these three major components, if you look at the collection, which is a primary component of any library, earlier this collection used to be in a print form. So libraries used to acquire a lot of print resources, and their major share of their budget used to go for print resources. With the advent of digital technologies and e-publishing technologies, now the focus has been shifted from print to the digital. Of course, it has got its own advantages, and also if you look at library budgets, now all libraries, especially in libraries in higher education institutions and research institutions, they are spending their almost 80 to 90% of their budget on digital collections. Of course, they also subscribe various platforms to increase the efficiency of usage of these digital content what they have acquired, and print resource budget allocation is going down year by year. So now library collection focus has become more and more about access rather than ownership, and it has become more and more user-centric. Okay. So if you look at the challenges in collection development, so we are witnessing a rapid growth in online collection and a digital collection. So it's increasing rapidly year by year. At the same time, unfortunately, the cost is also skyrocketing. So other major challenge what present day libraries are witnessing is their shrinking budget. So year by year, instead of increasing the budget, we are witnessing decrease in the budget. So we are really finding difficult in bridging this cost increase of the resources and the available budget with libraries. On top of that, again, our library users demand. So we are witnessing a lot of interdisciplinary courses, interdisciplinary domains, multidisciplinary in nature. So our user requirement is also varying a lot, right? So this phenomenon had led to cooperative collection development models. What we see is consortium models. So in an international scenario, we come across various successful consortium models. To talk about the Indian model, we are witnessing ESS, Each Sindhu from MHRD, and National Knowledge Resource Consortium of DST and CSIR laboratories, SERA from ICAR, DRDO. So these are all either they are centrally funded consortium or membership, like member libraries will pay for their consortium fee and they subscribe their consortium content. Today I am going to talk about VTU e-Resource Consortium. It's quite different from these consortium models in the sense that it's a self-sustainable consortium model where student will pay in the form of fee for a consortium. The fee collected from the students will be the main revenue for VTU e-Resource Consortium. So to talk more about VTU Consortium is rolled out in 2014. And as I told you, it's a cooperative model under VTU umbrella. So all VTU has got 220 engineering colleges under its, either they are the affiliated colleges or autonomous colleges or constituent colleges of Visvesvaraya Technological University. And its initial 2 years, it worked with a membership model where all engineering colleges used to become members. Unfortunately, all 220 are not on board, so only 50 to 60% of colleges joined in initial years when the membership model was there. In 2016, it moved from membership model to student fee model, and each and every student who gets admitted to VTU or its affiliated colleges need to pay a certain fee prescribed for e-resource consortium, and that money will come to VTU e-resource consortium budget head, and that will be spent on subscribing e-resources. And the mantra of VTU consortium was equity of access to all scholarly content to all students of VTU community, and basically it should empower the quality education in VTU ecosystem. Consortium has adopted a transparent negotiation and renewal procedure. So it has got a 3-tier committees or bodies, among which governing council is the highest body which makes all decisions related to e-resource consortium, and it is headed by Vice Chancellor of VTU as a chairman of it. And also its composition is like all VTU authorities like registrar and finance officer, and there will be 2 principals of member colleges and 1 librarian from member college, and expert members, and also government nominees from AICT and Karnataka Higher Education Council will be members for this governing council. Basically, the job of this committee is to make a policies related to VTU Resource Consortium. And we have a second level committee called Steering Committee. Again, it's executive committee where they do product evaluation, negotiation, training for all the stakeholders, and prepare a roadmap for VTU Resource Consortium. Again, its composition is like it involves VTU authorities and 5 principals from all the regions of Karnataka. So, as far as VTU is concerned, there are 5 regions in Karnataka. So, one principal from each region will be a part of this steering committee, and also there will be a 5 librarians representation. Again, these 5 librarians will be from all 5 regions, and there will be 2 library science experts. So their main job is to product evaluation, negotiation, and recommend it to governing council so that they can go ahead with whatever recommendation steering committee has made. And we have one more committee called implementation committee, or a nodal level committee, where all 220 librarians, college librarians, will be a member. So they will going to take this content to the end users. So these are the various content, scholarly content which VTU consortium subscribes. Of course, content based on the availability of fund, based on the requirements or data what we do, there may be some dropouts from this list on each year, and it's quite dynamic every year, which I'm going to demonstrate in my paper. So, resource renewal process in VTU consortium, we consider mainly 2 ways of finalizing the resources. One is evidence-based, again that is based on the usage statistics on the counter complaint data. Other strategies to collect feedback or opinions from the stakeholders, like through outreach programs. So as far as evidence-based, so every year counter complaint data is collected from for each publisher, and it will be analyzed for a source-wise usage, journal-wise usage, and publisher-wise overall usage, and also the member colleges, how member colleges are using this content. So, and also the cost analysis every year, whether really the cost per article download is really decreasing or whether it is increasing because of less usage. And also we carry out an impact analysis. What are the publications published by these member colleges, and from their references, again we map to the consortium resources, whether really VTU community has referred this content to write those papers. So I will be demonstrating with sufficient data on that. So this is how download statistics, counter complaint download statistics is collected from each for each publisher. And here I have given 4 major publishers. Of course, we do collect for all publishers, and also to the platforms, how many searches has been made on them and how relevant, how effectively people are using that. So as far as every year-wise trend also we take into account. And I have taken one specific publisher content to demonstrate here, since there is no time to demonstrate for all publishers. So what I have done, we have taken as a Elsevier as a case study, and this analysis is done by college wise. For example, I have taken a 4-year data here, 16 to 19, and the colleges which have downloaded a number of papers. For example, there are 10 colleges, 5 to 10 colleges which have downloaded more than 10,000 articles per year. Okay. And there are colleges which have downloaded in the range of 5,000 to 10,000 colleges. Similarly, there are majority of colleges are in less than 5,000 and more than 1,000 article range. And there are several institutes which have not at all downloaded any content from the publishers. So there may be a reason, because out of 220 colleges, there are around 80 colleges who are into architecture. Okay. So since every student pays, the policy of consortium is to all content whichever is subscribed by VT consortium should be accessible to each and every student. He may be in architecture, or he may be in mechanical, or he may be in electrical circuit branches. So that's how their colleges would have not downloaded. But still, as far as Elsevier is concerned, in 2016 there were 90 plus colleges who are not accessing Elsevier content. It's gradually reduced. Now in 2019, only 50 colleges have not accessed Elsevier content. So this is how we take into college-wise usage. So from this insight, we approach to that particular college, and consortium will ask them what is the real problem, why the usage is less, and also if they have any technical issues, and will be sorted out. So this is how this parameter helps with you consortium too. And also we every year negotiation, we put this data to publishers, so that out of 220 colleges, this number of colleges have a nil usage. So this will also help us in negotiation to some extent. And also journal wise usage. For example, Elsevier's engineering pack we have subscribed for VT consortium, and we also saw a journal wise usage. How many titles have got 0 downloads, and how many have got more downloads, extensively downloaded. For example, there is one journal in 2019 which has recorded more than 10,000 downloads. Okay, and there are this many journals which have recorded more than 5,000 to 10,000 range of downloads, and there are various journals which recorded 2,000 to 5,000 downloads. So as far as the Elsevier publisher is concerned, there is no journal which has not been used. So people are using these journals quite extensively. And also we connect the denials which are not part of engineering collection. There are 5 journals which has recorded more than 10,000 denials, though they are not part of engineering collection of Elsevier, engineering pack of Elsevier, which VTU doesn't have access. And also there are 15 journals which have recorded denials of 5,000 to 10,000. So these are the actual needed content, and we have prepared this list and actual downloads from each journal title. Of course, these denials are for 4 years, not for single year. These denials are cumulative of 4 years. Materials Today Proceedings has recorded 22,000 denials in these 4 years. Okay, and also Renewable and Sustainable Energy Reviews, 19,000. So what this year, unfortunately, we couldn't have a negotiation with any publisher, since we have prepared this approach, and this we wanted to put it on a negotiation table. Either they should delete this less used journal and include these highest denied journals into the VTU consortium collection of Elsevier, or along with this, they have to add and negotiate. So that was the policy what committee has decided, and we are still pursuing with online meetings because of this COVID. We couldn't have a regular meetings with all publishers. So this is how each year this exercise has been done, and also we calculate the cost per article download. If you can see, when it started with 2016, the student fee model for all colleges, the cost per download for all publishers were high. Gradually, it started decreasing cost per download, and also we consider this data for negotiation. And apart from this download statistic, committee also makes an efforts to make an impact analysis. Impact analysis in the sense publications published against number of downloads. Of course, we cannot claim that only VTU consortium has contributed to the increase in publications of VTU community. But we can say that VTU Consortium has shouldered, as the content of VTU Consortium has been used to publish these papers. For that, we have a data in coming slides. If you look at publication growth of both the VTU and its affiliated colleges from 2010 to 2019, I have put, you can see sharp increase after 2015, 14-15, and now it's almost doubled. So, as far as we divided these VTU engineering colleges into three categories. One is a tier 1 category where they are resource rich and they have a highest number of student enrollment and very good infrastructure, and quite old colleges like MS Ramaya Engineering College, Institute of Technology, RV College of Engineering, BMS College. These are quite old and they are listed in NIRF ranking also. So we have taken these type of colleges as a tier 1 college, and we looked at their publication growth. You can see except Ramaya and RV College, other three tier 1 colleges have recorded a steep growth in their publication after 2014. Okay, and also Ramaya and RV College has also recorded more number of publications in these years. And if you look at download statistics, these colleges have downloaded in these 4 years more than RV downloaded more than 2 lakh articles, 2 lakh consortium articles, and Ramaya has downloaded 1,82,000. So their download range are also more, and the publications were also relatively more. And the tier 2 colleges again, where they have a moderate enrollment of students and infrastructure, and they are also quite old. They are around 20 years old colleges. So we have selected 5 colleges in that range, and also we saw the publication growth pattern. These publications are indexed at Scopus data, the Scopus database, and we have taken on all this publication data from Scopus. Okay, and these tier 2 colleges also recorded increased growth of their publication in Scopus database, and also downloads were moderate, and publications per year was also moderate. And we have recorded one more category of colleges where enrollment ratio, student enrollment is quite low, and also relatively very new colleges, say 5 to 10 year old colleges. And we saw the publication growth of these colleges. Before 2014, you can see there are no publications indexed at Scopus database. Of course, this particular college still now they have not come onto Scopus radar. But a few other colleges started coming on Scopus database. They started publishing, and their downloads are also somewhat correlating. For example, the downloads were, of course, compared to tier 1, tier 2 are much less. Publications were also relatively less compared to other 2 categories. So now, what is the evidence that VTU Consortium content is really contributed for these publications? If at all they have contributed, what is the percentage of content VTU research community has referred? So for that, what we did is we collected all the Scopus indexed papers and also references of those papers. For example, RV College has written 1,258 papers in this particular period, and they have used somewhere around 25,000 references, okay, to publish these many papers. And also similarly, Ramaya has used more than 25,000 references to publish 1,242 papers. So what we did, we downloaded all these references, and we have designed one PHP module called Mapak, where they used to extract the source of these references. Okay, then we found that almost 50 to 60% of these references were coming from our consortium content. Of course, when you look at tier 2 colleges, that 60% has become almost 70 to 80% of the content tier 2 college researchers are using from our own e-resource, VTU e-resource content has been referred there, and they have cited that. So with this data, we can clearly say that the whatever collections we are subscribing for VTU Consortium has been made use to the VTU research community or student community or faculties. And also we looked at the quality publication, whether really these publications are getting citations, or whether they are really contributing to the H index of their institutes, For example, in Tier 1 college, the articles published by RVS 1200 plus, which has recorded almost 4000 citations. Similarly, it was much better in MS Ramaya, where they are able to produce a quality papers, and these citations are really contributed to increase the H index of their institutions. So what I mean to say, the publications which are published by VTU community are quite qualitative, and they are able to yield the citations and H index which are majorly considered by various accrediting bodies or ranking frameworks and all. Similarly, it's true with Tier 2 colleges also, where their publications also able to get quite a good number of citations. Of course, Tier 3 college data was very minimal, so I didn't do this exercise for Tier 3 colleges. So overall, what we can say, the content what VT Consortium is providing, it's dynamic every year. We look at various data, various download data, download statistics, and impact analysis also is done. And to conclude my talk, I can say collection development is very challenging, especially in digital content, which is very dynamic in nature. So a librarian or a consortium manager should consider various approaches to renew their resources or include a new resource, and a periodic assessment for resource renewal is must. Otherwise, we will be wasting a lot of public money or contributors' money. So we need to carry out a periodic assessment and talk to the management or higher ups so that we can convince and go ahead with our renewal process. And the data-driven assessments really helps in developing a relevant content to our user community. So it will be really helpful for their research. And also it helps, this data-driven assessment also helps to overcome our weak points. For example, if any college or any members are not able to utilize to the maximum extent, we can really address those weaknesses and encourage them to use this content.